So yesterday things got interesting because there was a leak within Black Ops 6. I don't even know if you want to call it a leak or glitch or whatever it may be, that enabled wall running. Now the current rumor is that wall running is supposed to be in the next Call of Duty game, Black Ops 7. So this started the debate, should wall running be in the game or not? And the exclusive Ace has a video on this I wanted to check out. Because he just refers to it not as wall running or anything, but leaked movement mechanics. And I wanted to hear what he has to say about it and what he thinks of the leak as a whole, because I'm still a little bit skeptical, as you're going to see. So let's dive in. Let's see what he has to say. What's up, guys? My name is Ace.
What's up, guys? My name is Ace, and for the next Call of Duty game, rumored to be Black Ops 7, and I'll just be calling it Black Ops 7 throughout the rest of this video, even though it may or may not actually be titled Black Ops 7. Initially, leaks that came from an apparent focus group for the game, where there was an actual image taken so we can actually...
I have a feeling it's not going to be called Black Ops 7, by the way. I don't know why, I just don't think it is.
See, the wording of this mentioned that we would be seeing a mechanic called wall jump that would allow you to leap from surfaces for new ways to engage and ways to mitigate fall damage when landing from a high surface. However, just recently, people discovered that with these Season 3 Reloaded updates, they added wall running on the back end to the code on the COD HQ app. And to people...
So there's a reason why Ace isn't showing this, because there is code that can be shown, but that's one of the things that they copyright. So yeah,
actually found a way to activate that in-game, or at least in private matches, and we can see what that looks like here. And this is very clearly not a wall jump. This is straight up wall running, and it looks basically exactly the same as the wall running from Black Ops 3.
Similar.
In fact, this mechanic was likely just straight up copied and pasted from Black Ops 3 as far as we can see. And as a result, people are, of course, assuming that this is what we're going to be.
But here's the thing though, right? Is if you watch this without boost jump, this looks incredibly weird. Like incredibly weird, because you're essentially at the same level on the wall as when you jump, so it doesn't look like you're wall running. There's no arc in it. Like if you go back to Black Ops 3, and I hope he shows this, there's like this arc in your run as you go along the wall. So like, say this is the wall here, right? My hand. When you jump into the wall, you'll kind of go up, and then you'll hit your peak, and you'll actually start to curve down a little bit as you get along the wall. This was changed a little bit in Infinite Warfare, but there was like this movement along the wall that made it feel realistic, or not realistic, but like it made it make sense in your brain. This, like the fluidity of it, it just looks like you're floating along the wall, and it looks weird.
Seeing for Black Ops 7 is this form of wall running, and not just a basic wall jump like what was mentioned in that old leak. And this, of course, has a lot of the community up in arms, because this is pretty extreme looking wall running. Like I said, it looks like it was just straight up ripped from Black Ops 3 and copied and pasted over. And in my eyes, at least, what I envisioned for this, if there was going to be wall running in Black Ops 7, I pictured it being a much more grounded version. Since there's no rumors so far that suggest that we have any kind of jetpack or anything, I thought this would be a much more grounded version where maybe you can take a couple steps on the wall, you can maybe get over a small gap or something, but I didn't think it would look quite like this. And obviously this does have a lot of people in the community very upset. It seems like generally I'm seeing negative sentiment on this online. Sure, there's the odd person here or there that's like, yes, this is awesome, wall running's coming back, I can't wait.
I will say what I said on Twitter yesterday. I think a wall running Call of Duty game would be a lot of fun for a year. To have just like, if Black Ops 7, they introduce wall running, go pretty crazy with it. Maybe they go a little bit more hero shooter specialist ability style thing for a year for multiplayer. I'm down. I think that would be fun. Warzone, however, I don't know about that one. Warzone is like a thing that is like kind of grounded in reality. So what I think, there's two ways that they could do this and try to implement it. Number one, implement it, and if everyone hates it, remove it. Not a big deal. Option number two is you add it as an LTM to see if people like it. And maybe that's why it's in the code of Black Ops 6. Maybe they're testing it. I don't know.
But for the most part, it seems like a whole lot of negativity surrounding this. And I think a big reason behind this is, if anything at this point, I feel like a huge portion of the community is just tired of the crazy movement that we already have with Omni movement in Black Ops 6.
Yeah.
And therefore going in this direction and adding wall running, especially this form of wall running that we're seeing in these clips, That's the exact opposite direction they want Call of Duty to be going in. They want to be toning things back a little bit, making things a bit more.
See, this is the problem with having like 2 Black Ops games in a row, is people get sick of the one development style. And it happened with Modern Warfare. Like I don't want people to like misconstrue it to be like, oh, Treyarch bad, because that's what I've seen a lot lately. What I think it is more of is actually the fact that when you have 2 games developed by the same studio back-to-back years, it feels too similar and people are already sick of it. And this is just going further into the side of Treyarch.
Grounded, not adding more crazy movement on top of the already crazy Omni movement. Now, I've got to say that I'm very skeptical that this is the mechanic we're going to be seeing in Black Ops 7, at least as we're seeing it in these clips.
I agree.
I really don't picture this being in the game, at least in this form. I think perhaps what we're seeing here is they've added the core functionality for wall running to the COD HQ app, and that core functionality is coming from Black Ops 3, so that's why it looks like Black Ops 3. And perhaps that's just required for their wall jump mechanic that they mentioned earlier, or maybe there will actually be wall running, but it's going to be tuned back significantly from here. Like I said, this looks like it was just copied and pasted from Black Ops 3, so maybe that's what that is they're just bringing that core functionality in to start with. Because keep in mind, the public is not actually supposed to have access to this at this stage. This isn't something we're meant to see yet, and therefore it may be just in a totally unfinished state. Alternatively, another potential for this is maybe they're working on like a limited time mode for Black Ops 6 coming sometime in the future that has just straight up wall.
I think that is probably the best guess. I think it's probably like one of these like modes, like the Blaze It mode that's currently in there. I'm guessing it's something along like those lines.
Maybe even a full-on jetpack limited time mode or something. I know I've seen some people suggest that over the years, and I always thought that would be interesting as a limited time mode to just straight up bring back jetpacks and see how it plays with the current Call of Duty game with no additional changes.
Black Ops 3.
Honestly, at this stage, we don't really know for sure what's going on, but I will say I don't think the community is ready for this level of wall running, and I do think this would be a very bad move for them to take, especially if they're bringing wall running in the state that we're seeing it in. Now, assuming we are going to be seeing wall running, for me personally, I tend to like fast-paced Call of Duty games, and I was actually a fan of advanced movement CODs. I know they were very polarizing, a lot of people hated them. I'm one of the people that enjoyed them quite a bit, but I can also recognize that that's probably not the healthiest direction for the franchise to take, and therefore I'm fine with not having advanced movement. I think COD appeals to a much larger player pool when they don't have advanced movement present, and that's why as much as I would probably have fun with a mechanic like this, I don't think it's the best move for the franchise.
So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I don't think Black Ops 7 is going to do great either way. Unless they nail like the story, motif, setting, I don't think it's going to do great. So they're going to sell 20 million copies anyway. They're gonna. Like they're just gonna. So do they take an L this year and release a game that not everyone wants, but a certain niche of players will enjoy? And then when Modern Warfare 4 comes out, they get this massive resurgence because people are hankering for a boots on the ground Modern Warfare based in reality Call of Duty game, and then that's what they give us with Modern Warfare 4. Right? Do you see where I'm going with that?
Coming off of Black Ops 6. Now, if they do bring wall running in, I think it needs to be significantly more grounded than what we're seeing. And as I've mentioned earlier, I think they need to dial back some of the other Omni movement mechanics as well from Black Ops 6, because just piling wall running on top of what we've got right now in Black Ops 6, I know that would push a lot of people over the edge. There's already people that are pushed over the edge just with Omni movement, and this would just be way too overkill in my eyes if they didn't also tune Omni movement back a little bit. Now, if they do these things, I think wall running could actually work in the next game, but they would really have to nail it, and the number one factor with this and how it ends up playing out would be map design. The maps would have to be very carefully crafted with wall running in mind, so it's a useful mechanic.
Like that's Black Ops 3, right? But here's the thing. Jesus Christ, I didn't even think of this. Here is the thing. Listen in here. Here is the problem. Holy crap, I don't know how no one said this. Do we not realize what's going on here and how bad this is going to be? Like this, okay. Come here. The rumor is that Black Ops 7 is supposed to be a remaster of Black Ops 2 in the same way that Modern Warfare 3 was a remaster of Modern Warfare 2. Okay. Here's the issue. Black Ops 2 is holy ground for a lot of people. It is the game. It is the Call of Duty game. If you take Black Ops 2 and bring back the weapons and bring back the maps and bring back all of these things and then add advanced movement to it, people will riot. People will be like, I've been wanting a remaster of Black Ops 2 for years, and this is what you give me. That's not going to go well. That is not going to go well.
Mechanic that interacts well with the environment, but you also don't want to make it so it's 100% necessary to navigate the map and to perform well. If it's going to be there, it should be more of an optional mechanic that can give you a leg up or some different options here or there, but not something that you have to rely on 100% of the time.
Black Ops 3
and if we're just seeing brand new maps that are carefully designed with wall running in mind, I would actually be quite open to at least seeing what they've got here, and I'd be excited to check it out, at least on a personal level. Again, this is coming from somebody that likes more advanced movement style stuff. And I could even see some like remade Black Ops 3 maps working well with wall running, but no jetpacks.
But not Black Ops 2
maps. The big problem here, though, is another one of the big leaks that we've had for this upcoming game is that we are going to be seeing all of the Black Ops 2 maps integrated into this.
Okay. So he did mention it. I beat him to it.
Kind of like what we saw with Modern Warfare 3, having all of the original Modern Warfare 2 maps. And that's where the big problem comes in here, because just throwing wall running into those old Black Ops 2 maps sounds awful to me. It just wouldn't work well with those maps at all.
He's right.
It would feel like such a weird gimmick, and it would change how those maps play far too much, to the point where they just wouldn't feel like the same maps anymore. So the alternative there is you make changes to the maps to account for that, and that's almost always a bad idea as well. If you're bringing back old maps and you change them, there's almost always going to be a lot of backlash against that, because people want to experience the old maps. They don't want to potentially see their favorite maps butchered by seeing a bunch of changes made to them. And looking back to like Modern Warfare 2019, I know they made a few little key changes to some of the original maps, like Crash, for instance, and that didn't go over well. And those were pretty minor changes they made, and yet those did not fly very well with much of the community, myself included. I wasn't really a fan of them making changes to those, because it just changed the map, and it just wasn't the same thing that I was looking for. So this is one of the big things that has me concerned the most, because I think this is a no-win situation. If it's true that Black Ops 2 maps are coming back, and it's true that wall running is being added to the game, I just don't know how they can win in that situation. I don't see that going over well at all, regardless of how they handle it. So when it comes to all of this, I am very skeptical at this stage. I'm also very concerned after seeing these clips. If they bring wall running, they have to walk a very, very fine line, and I'm not confident they'll be able to do that well. And I think the addition of wall running, especially if the Black Ops 2 maps are coming back, is a massive, unnecessary risk that could easily result in disaster for the next game. This could honestly be the thing that just breaks the community for the next game, and it could be another Infinite Warfare situation all over again, where people despise the game before even seeing a minute of gameplay of it. So time will have to tell on all of this. I think a big thing as well is...
Here's the thing, is I think... I mean, if they're doing 2035 for a setting, they're gonna have some backlash to begin with futuristic. They need to walk the line of whatever this first trailer is going to be so finely. Like, this year is going to be interesting, man.
We do need to take a step back here and remember there is zero official confirmation of any form that wall running is going to be in the next Call of Duty game. And if it is, we have no idea what it's actually going to look like. As I said, maybe the addition of this wall running in the code has nothing to do with the next Call of Duty game. Maybe it's a limited time mode. Or maybe the core functionality is just required for a different mechanic like wall jumping, and they just sort of copied and pasted that in, and they have no intention of using wall running in this form. I actually think that's quite...
Do we want wall jumping? Like, to just be able to, like, jump onto a wall and then jump off? Like, is that a thing?
Likely, because like I said, I just don't see how this would work at all with the original Black Ops 2 maps coming. And therefore, at the end of the day, I think it's good to express concern early on when seeing stuff like this. If you are concerned, make your voice heard for sure. So if they did make a dumb decision, and they are planning on having this form of wall running in the game, maybe there's time for them to dial that back and walk that back a little bit and make changes based on the outcry against this. And I'm right there with you. I am very concerned about this as well, especially after seeing these clips with this crazy wall running. But I'm also very curious to see what the reality of the situation is. While I wouldn't say I'm on the hype train or anything for the next Call of Duty game, I'm also not ready to jump on the hate train just yet. We still haven't seen anything official yet, and I think it is important to at least see what we're actually going to be getting, rather than basing our entire impression of a game that we've seen nothing about on leaks and rumors that may or may not be true, or may be true to varying degrees, but we have zero context to base it on. So that's where I'm at.
I think it's actually more important to have a conversation. Like, I don't think it's like, be like I'm saying, like, I'm worried about this next Black Ops game, but like, I can't hate on it. I haven't seen it. And like, that's the thing, right? Is people, I've seen it already. I saw it yesterday on Twitter when this happened. People are already hating on the game. Honestly, I'm going to be completely honest. If they put out a game like Black Ops 3 that was a hero shooter with specialist abilities, with wall running, with boost jumps, I would like it. Like, I'm not going to lie. But not everyone would. And I think that's why I think the conversation is important, where you can say like, okay, this I would like, this I wouldn't like, this I would like, this I wouldn't like, or like what you would like out of this next Call of Duty game. But to be like, I already don't like it. It's like, nobody knows what it is. Like, we could be wrong about 2035. We could be wrong about it being a Black Ops game. I doubt it, but we could be.
With it, I am concerned, but I'm still taking a wait and see approach to this whole situation. And this is where I want to hear from you guys in those comments down below. First off, how would you feel having Black Ops 3 level wall running added to the next Call of Duty game? And second, do you think this is actually what we're going to end up seeing in the game? Or do you think it's something else going on here and some people are just jumping the gun a little bit too much? Just let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already.
So just to be clear, to me, these clips here, I'm just going to mute Ace for a sec. These clips here, like where we see the wall running, to me, it looks more akin to something that they would add for like one of the power-up bonuses in the Blaze It game mode, or a power-up in some sort of future mode. And I think with season 4 coming, I think we're going to be, they might be making it like a little bit more trippy, because apparently they're releasing Stitch under the custody of Adler, and he's going to be brainwashed. That's what I've seen so far. So there might be some like brainwashing, mental messedness, and they could play that into like some sort of wall running bit if you want. But community's mad about this one. And actually, good question. I was just about to say, I ran a poll yesterday on Twitter, and I haven't looked at the results yet. The poll was essentially just asking, I literally said wall running in the next Call of Duty, yay or nay. And I'm curious what people answered. Oh my God. It is a 50-50 split. Yay, 50.7%, which surprises me. Nay, 49.3%. That's way more. This is why there's never going to be a Call of Duty people like. Every single time, half of the people are going to be mad. Because now at this point, if they don't do wall running, half the people are going to be mad that they don't do it. So, welcome to Call of Duty.